Hi everyone, it's Master Wong here. I'm in America at the moment, in California. It's so beautiful here. Where are we at the moment?
It's either California or Orlando. I can't remember. I think Orlando. Whatever.
I think we're all in Orlando at the moment. It's a beautiful, beautiful place here. And I look on internet and I find this master, and he's very, very good and have a good passion in the martial arts side as well as good person, good human being. And I asked him for a lot of different advice. Some of you asked me this question here. This question it come down to what is the good fight tip can I give you? You know, I already give you so many different fight tips and different things that to fight, but I will ask this master here why I want to ask him over here, because he just not teaching no more people. He teaching a lot of UFC world champion people as well. So we have a lot of different strategy. So he will able to helping you to answer some of your questions. What is the fight tip you can give some of the people watching here, Pit Master?
How many you want?
I want free. You know, sometimes if they can neutralize one of your tip, yeah, they're already very, very good. But free, I think that will take in a little bit more better. Free is good.
They might be winning a UFC title.
Yeah,
soon.
free tip is they're gonna win a UFC title. I mean, that say about in UFC, you got some very good student in uses UFC. I heard one of them. I love him, man. He's Chuck Liddell, and a lot of films saw him. It's just you don't know who is it. You need to Google Chuck Liddell.
The Iceman.
The Iceman. That's it. And he should knock people out. He's like, man, you look at him. Oh man, you check him out onto the UFC stuff. He's a host of Fame as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So very interesting about the story. So that's why. So free thing you can give them some free tip. You can give them to learn. But I think they will love this.
Okay. Easy as hell. Okay, number one, distance is king. You control the distance, and it doesn't matter. The distance can be this close, or the distance can be all the way out. But you control. He who controls the distance controls the fight. So you have to control the distance. And some people want the distance far. They want to kick. They want to move around. They want to throw combinations. They want a lot of distance. Some guys would rather have no distance and get inside and get a takedown and get a clinch, throw some elbows or whatever. Some people want this. But whoever dictates the distance will win the fight 9 out of 10 times. So you will always want to decide what distance you want, and it could be long, it could vary throughout the fight. But decide what distance you want and you dictate that distance and you will win the fight. Okay? That's number one. Okay, you want two
Number
more?
two?
Two more. Okay. Number two, hips. Hips, hips, hips. Hips are everything. He who controls your hips controls your soul. Okay? You have to think of hips like this in a fight. If someone controls your hips, it's like your wife letting your wife control your heart. What is it your wife gonna do if she has your heart? What she's gonna do is pull it out of your chest, slam it on the ground and step on it. She's gonna crush your heart. That's what women do to us. Okay?
Depend what side woman, yeah? Depend.
Well, that's anyone I've ever met. So you do the same. The same is true in a fight. If someone controls your hips, they're gonna smash you. They're gonna pick you up, take you for rides, smash you on the ground, take you down, pound you. They're gonna win. He who controls your hips will control your soul. Okay? So, my second rule in fighting is keep your hips to yourself. Okay? Keep your hips away from your opponent. Okay? So you want to always be very cognizant of where your hips are at any situation in a fight. Like I said, as soon as they have your hips, you just lost the fight. All right? So, that is my number two, without a doubt, killer tips for if you are in a fight. Okay. Number three, not only do you want to dictate the distance, which you always have to do, you want to dictate the pace. You want to dictate the pace. Mike Tyson, he dictated the pace for all his fights, right? So did Muhammad Ali, right? So does John Jones. You have to dictate the pace of the fight. Sometimes you want it to go really fast and hard, and sometimes you want to take a little breather, step out, take some movement, get your strategy going, etc. And the people that dictate the pace, distance, and control their hips will win the fight 9 out of 10 times.
It's just so beautiful. It's so good. If you can utilize one of the tip, okay, just talk about the hip for instance. One of the tip, you're already able to do a lot of stuff. You know, control your in the street, all sort of thing. Can be all sort of thing. When you control the hip, it can be outside the street, can be in the competition,
or the con.
can be anything.
You ever
know?
seen it? You ever seen one of those YouTube videos where someone gets picked up and smashed on the concrete? Yeah,
I see a lot of
a
them.
lot of times that guy's going to end up brain damage or dead. If he controlled his hips,
He not
then-
go nowhere.
No, you need to control the hips. Okay, you control your opponent's hips and make sure they're nowhere near yours. All right.
Perfect. Your question been answered, Master Wong here, and
Pit Master.
I will see you on next lesson.